Hey guys, it's your girl Gwennie. Welcome to the first day of Vlogmas. We're super excited to start off with a baking video. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need for your cinnamon rolls, okay? I already showed you the packet of yeast, a stick of butter, 2 large eggs. We're going to grab our salt, our granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, and of course your milk. If you're interested in this video, stay tuned to see the final result. Did I do it or not? All right, guys, let's start off with our dough. We're going to pour in our 1 cup of warm milk, and we're also going to add our 1 packet of activated dry yeast. To get it to dissolve, I decided to grab my whisk and, stir it up a bit just to make sure that the yeast is dissolved completely. Now we're going to add the following ingredients. We're going to add our 1/2 cup of sugar, our 1/3 cup of butter. Make sure that it's melted. We're going to add our 2 large eggs, and the recipe requires for the eggs to be room temperature, so try to stick as close to that as possible. And we're going to start off with adding 2 cups of flour. All right, we're going to grab our teaspoon of salt and add that to our mixture. And we're going to begin to stir it up. I prefer stirring it with a whisk until it gets to the point where I need to use my mixer. And I needed to do it. So I grabbed my mixer, stirred it up real good, and make sure that we get a nice smooth consistency with our mix. All right, so we're gonna add the remaining 2 cups of flour to our mixture, and we wanna make sure that we get that mixed up. Now, you know that I am known to be a messy baker, so forgive me. Nevertheless, we are getting the job done. All right, so once you see your dough form, it's time to do a little bit of kneading. And the recipe requires for you to knead from 6 to 8 minutes on a flour covered surface, okay? Make sure your surface is clean. And if you want to add your kids into the mix, here's Jalen. Just give them a nice little rolling pin and allow them to help out as well. I think it's fun for the whole family. In an oil bowl, we're gonna put our dough inside, making sure that all of the dough is covered. And we're going to prepare it to rest so that it can rise in a warm place for about an hour or until the dough has doubled in size. Here are your ingredients for your filling. You're going to need some light brown sugar, some ground cinnamon, and of course some butter for later on. So grab your clean bowl and add 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. This is how it will look once you have completed that step. All right, so an hour has passed, and now it's time to create what we love to call our roll. So the dough has definitely doubled in size, as you can tell. We're going to make sure that we release the air. I use the punching method. I enjoyed that part. I cleaned off my surface, applied flour again, and I'm going to use this opportunity to knead it out, to spread it out, to get it into the best rectangle shape as possible. Now, it did take me some time. I did have to look at a video or 2 on YouTube to try to see which method was best. I tried using my hands. As you can see, I've used the rolling pin, and finally I got it to this shape. So now it's time to apply the butter that we took out for our filling, and we're going to melt that down, and that's like 1/4 cup of butter. And going to use your brush or whatever you have on deck or on hand, and you're gonna just make sure that you cover that entire surface, okay? Once the entire surface is covered, you're going to use that filling made with the brown sugar and the cinnamon, and you're going to spread that all over your rectangular dough. I enjoyed this entire process. It was very therapeutic. I love baking, and so far, I'm truly proud of myself. Job well done, girl. Now you're going to take one end and you're going to begin to roll the dough into your main roll. That's what I like to call it, my main roll. And this really didn't take too long. It was really easy to get it. And make sure that you have it as neat as you possibly can. If you have to, massage your dough a little bit to, get it to the place that you want it to be, do whatever you gotta do. And once you have your roll, you can get prepared to cut it. Now, I personally wanted to have larger rolls, so I made sure that I use all of my dough at once and I cut them in a nice size. And I think that the size that I chose was great for my family. Do whatever works for you. If you can split the dough into 2 halves and create 2 separate rolls, do that. If you want to make larger rolls, put it all together, but it all depends on your preference, okay? Don't feel like you have to stay in that box. Now I got my glass dish. I sprayed my baking pan on the bottom surface to prepare my rolls to rest for the second time. So make sure that you have them spaced out because we're going to allow them to rise again, and that means that the dough will spread, so you want to make sure that they already have room. I decided to use some more of the filling to cover the top of my rolls. I love cinnamon and I love brown sugar, so I just thought it was a cute little touch to it, and I think that that was a great idea. All right, so I wrapped my rolls and I'm going to allow them to rest for an hour. Here on my channel, I choose to celebrate the wins, whether big or small, and looking at these, I definitely needed to celebrate, okay? So my oven was already on 350. I placed them in there for 20 to 25 minutes until they got into a golden brown color, and when I tell you the aroma that filled my home was priceless. Your girl really did a good job, but you be the judge. Tell me what you think. Here's a close-up. I just couldn't believe my eyes. So it's time to make the filling. So I'm going to show you 2 different types of cream cheeses that you could possibly use. You're going to also need to grab your vanilla extract, some more salt, your confection sugar, and our favorite ingredient, butter. Make it taste better, butter make it taste better. Comment down below if you know where that came from. So grab a clean bowl. We're going to have our 1/2 cup of butter melted. We're going to pour that into the bowl. We're going to add our 1/4 cup of cream cheese softened, our 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and our 1.5 cup of confection sugar, along with our 1/8 teaspoon of salt. We're going to make sure we stir that up. So if you have your fork or your handheld mixer, whichever you desire, but mix it up until it has a smooth consistency, as you see here. Yeah, I did that. I know. And now it's my favorite part. It's time to drizzle your cinnamon rolls. I really enjoyed this entire process. I am so happy that I stepped out on faith and tried something different. And doing this for the first time for Vlogmas was an honor. My children enjoyed it and so did I. I think that this recipe can be used for any day of the week or even for special occasions because it does take a while, including the rising time. It took me about 3 hours. So, just take that time to spend with your family. Make it a family tradition. Use it for this Christmas morning, whatever you see fit. Make sure that you have fun like I always do. So guys, this is the end of the video. Comment down below what you thought. Tell me how I did. Let me know if you're going to be willing to try this recipe. I'm super excited for what's to come for Vlogmas. We are going to be posting videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday leading up to Christmas Day. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your girl what you thought in the comment section, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.